Welcome to the AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate Question Bank series. In this video, we'll work through 10 exam-style practice questions designed to help you prepare for the AWS certification exam. For each question, I'll reveal the correct answer and walk you through a detailed explanation, not only why the correct answer is right, but also why the other options are wrong. Here's how to get the most out of this video. When each question appears on the screen, pause the video, choose your answer, and then press play to see how you did. And if you'd like to review the previous 10 questions in this series, just click the previous video link at the end of this video. Ready to test your AWS knowledge? Let's get started. Question 11. Following the principle of least privilege, how should permissions be granted to a new application running on AWS? The correct answer is C. Grant only the specific permissions the application needs to perform its tasks. Least privilege means granting only the specific permissions required for the task, reducing risk. Now, why the other options are wrong? Grant full administrator access to simplify development is incorrect. Granting administrator access is excessive and violates least privilege. Use the root user for the application is incorrect. Using the root user is never recommended for applications. Grant access to all services in case they are needed later is incorrect. Granting broad access for possible future needs increases risk unnecessarily. Question 12. A company must serve its website over HTTPS using a trusted TLS certificate that is automatically renewed, terminating TLS of an application load balancer. Which service provides and manages the certificate? The correct answer is D, AWS Certificate Manager, ACM. AWS Certificate Manager provisions and automatically renews TLS certificates that can be deployed on an application load balancer. Now, why the other options are wrong? Amazon Macie is incorrect. Macie discovers sensitive data. It does not manage TLS certificates. AWS Secrets Manager is incorrect. Secrets Manager stores secrets. It is not a certificate authority for ALB-TLS. Amazon GuardDuty is incorrect. GuardDuty is a threat detection service, not a certificate manager. Question 13. A company wants to automatically discover and classify sensitive data such as personally identifiable information stored in Amazon S3. Which service is designed for this? The correct answer is A, Amazon Macie. Amazon Macie uses machine learning to discover and classify sensitive data such as PII in S3. Now, why the other options are wrong? Amazon Athena is incorrect. Athena queries data in S3 but does not classify sensitive data automatically. AWS Glue is incorrect. AWS Glue is an ETL service, not a sensitive data discovery tool. Amazon QuickSight is incorrect. QuickSight is a business intelligence/visualization service, not data classification. Question 14. Web servers in one security group must allow inbound traffic only from application servers in another security group on port 443. What is the best way to configure this? The correct answer is B. Reference the application server's security group as the source in the web server's inbound rule. Security group rules can reference another security group as the source, automatically covering all instances in that group without managing IPs. Now, why the other options are wrong? Allow 0.0.0.0/0 on port 443 in the web server's security group is incorrect. Allowing all sources 0.0.0.0/0 is overly permissive and insecure. Add the IP address of every application server to a network ACL is incorrect. Listing individual IPs in an ACL is brittle and harder to maintain than referencing a security group. Disable the security group and rely on the subnet is incorrect. Disabling the security group removes protection entirely. Question 15. Which statement correctly describes a difference between security groups and network ACLs in a VPC? The correct answer is C. Security groups are stateful, while network ACLs are stateless. Security groups are stateful, return traffic is automatically allowed, while network ACLs are stateless, you must allow return traffic explicitly. Now, why the other options are wrong? Security groups are stateless while network ACLs are stateful is incorrect. This reverses the two. Security groups are stateful, not stateless. Both are stateful and operate only at the subnet level is incorrect. Security groups operate at the instance level and are stateful, so this is incorrect. Both are stateless and operate only at the instance level is incorrect. Network ACLs are stateless and operate at the subnet level, so this is incorrect. Question 16. A company with many AWS accounts under AWS organizations wants to centrally restrict which services member accounts can use, regardless of their IAM policies. Which feature should it use? The correct answer is D. Service Control Policies, SCPs. Service control policies in AWS organizations set the maximum available permissions for member accounts, centrally restricting services. Now, why the other options are wrong? IAM user password policies is incorrect. Password policies govern IAM user passwords, not which services accounts may use. Amazon CloudWatch alarms is incorrect. CloudWatch alarms monitor metrics. They do not restrict service usage. S3 bucket policies is incorrect. S3 bucket policies control access to a bucket, not account-wide service usage. Question 17. An application needs to securely store and retrieve configuration values and API keys with encryption and fine-grained access control. Which AWS service is appropriate? The correct answer is A. AWS Secrets Manager or AWS Systems Manager Parameter Store. Secrets Manager and Systems Manager Parameter Store securely store secrets and configuration values with encryption and IAM-based access control. Now, why the other options are wrong? Amazon S3 Glacier is incorrect. S3 Glacier is for long-term archival storage, not secret retrieval. Amazon Kinesis Data Streams is incorrect. Kinesis Data Streams ingests streaming data, not secrets. AWS Step Functions is incorrect. Step Functions orchestrates workflows and does not store secrets. Question 18. An EC2-based application must call Amazon DynamoDB and Amazon S3. Following best practices, how should it obtain permissions? The correct answer is B. Attach an IAM role, instance profile, granting scoped access to DynamoDB and S3. An IAM role attached to the instance provides temporary, automatically rotated credentials scoped to only DynamoDB and S3. Now, why the other options are wrong? Hardcode an IAM user's access keys for both services in the application is incorrect. Hardcoding access keys uses long-term credentials and is insecure. Use the root user access keys is incorrect. Root user keys grant unrestricted access and must never be used by applications. Open the instance's security group to all traffic is incorrect. Opening the security group affects network access, not service permissions, and is insecure. Question 19. A company wants only its VPC to privately access a third-party SaaS application hosted in another VPC, without traversing the public internet. Which service enables this private connectivity to the service? The correct answer is C. AWS Private Link, Interface VPC Endpoint. AWS Private Link uses interface VPC endpoints to privately connect to services without exposing traffic to the public internet. Now, why the other options are wrong. An internet gateway is incorrect. An internet gateway routes traffic over the public internet, the opposite of what is required. Amazon Route 53 public hosted zone is incorrect. A Route 53 public hosted zone provides public DNS, not private connectivity. AWS Shield Standard is incorrect. Shield Standard provides DDoS protection, not private connectivity. Question 20. An application has a front end that sends work to a back end, but spikes in traffic cause the back end to be overwhelmed and lose requests. Which AWS service should be added to decouple and buffer the requests? The correct answer is D, Amazon SQS. Amazon SQS decouples the front end from the back end and buffers messages so the back end can process them at its own pace. Now, why the other options are wrong. Amazon Route 53 is incorrect. Route 53 is DNS and does not buffer application requests. AWS Certificate Manager is incorrect. Certificate Manager provides TLS certificates, not request buffering. Amazon CloudFront is incorrect. CloudFront caches content at the edge. It does not buffer back-end work. And that's a wrap on this video. Nice work getting through those 10 questions. If this helped, you're going to want the complete set, all 390 exam-style questions, with full explanations across every exam domain are available in our Udemy course. The link is in the description below. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video, where I'll walk you through 10 more. See you in the next video.